All right, Charlie, listen. I know, we're okay. We haven't had any comments about your toenails and your tattoos. I know you want it. You're just gonna have to be patient about it. Like, oh, hey, we're on. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, Charlie. We're talking about knees still, and I'm sorry to say that Syd Colson blew out her ACL on a non-contact pivoting injury in the WNBA. And in fact, this is the first WNBA injury that we're covering. And we know that female athlete ACLs are at higher risk. I mean, the data says it's at least anywhere from 6 to 10 times, on average 8 times higher risk for a female ACL injury in athletics, more in soccer than in other sports, but still, it's huge. So the female ACL is an important injury that we really don't have a good handle on it. Why is it happening? Now, there's a lot of theories about why it happens, but right now, Indiana Fever, Syd Colson blew out her ACL. I'm sorry to hear that. We're gonna try and discuss it as much as we can. Again, this is not medical advice. This is educational and entertainment, so I hope you understand that anything that I'm describing is a general perspective on ACL and tears, and the description of Syd Colson's knee is purely to give context to the discussion. All right, so what actually happened? Like, we know about the ACL, right? And that Joey, who broke the knee? And contraction at the same time, and yeah! So yeah, we haven't, between that video and this video, we have not gotten another knee model for show. The other ones are being used elsewhere for other reasons. So anyway, so let's go back. Let's just forget the patellar tendon. Obviously it's there, but this is the ACL. So when you land, and you can see on her knee now, the biomechanics in terms of what generally happens is you have a slightly flexed knee, slightly off angle in 3 dimensions, right? So you have a little bit of coronal plane, axial plane, and frontal plane, and sagittal plane. I said 4, but frontal and coronal are the same. So in 3 dimensions of movement, and again, there's so many different ways for non-contact, whether it's valgus, varus, flex, hyperextended. But in her, you can see that when she landed and blew it out, she basically went like that. You can see how the knee sort of position. Oh, it's over there. Okay. So see, Joey just like, he gives me these like notifications so late, you know? It's like, if you have any recommendations about what Joey should be doing, like putting a camera there, and here, tell me, please. And Charlie's tattoos. Don't forget those. Anyway, so what happens is the ACL pops out. Now, this is an exaggeration, but basically, more than likely, you're having a rotational kinematics where what happens? As the ACL stretches and pops, the tibia and femur articulation go off. So that's the pop. When it pops down, it's not the ligament sound you have, it's actually the bone on bone impact. And that is a significant injury as well. We're realizing that that creates bone edema. And before, it used to be a hallmark on an MRI saying, oh, you've had bone edema, you have some meniscus tear. And what is the most common meniscus injured in an ACL? Acutely. Acutely means fresh injury, not a chronic injury over time. What is it? You got it. You guys were watching my last season. Lateral meniscus. Medial meniscus, more common in chronic ACL tears. It doesn't mean that's always the case. It's just the way the statistics run. And statistics are statistics. Epidemiology, epigenetics, demographics, all of things taken into account. But as far as we understand it, based on the best available data at this time, acute ACL tears are more likely than not associated with lateral meniscus injuries, and medial meniscus is more likely than not with chronic ACL tears. It's just the biomechanics of it. So, and the rotational kinematics of the ACL injury. Now, you guys probably remember I did a detailed video way back, I think when I first started, right? Jimmy Garoppolo's ACL, and I went into the details of that. You can always pull those up. Those have been transferred over to this new season. 3 years later, yeah. But this is the second episode. So, the ACL is torn. We've talked about the ACL before, but the important part is it's in a female athlete, and female athletes don't always get the recognition that they deserve. Why? It's the same injury, ACL tears. Now, don't criticize in the fact that I said same injury, because women's health is different from men's health, is different from children's health, but there are overlapping considerations. There are pro athletes who tore a very significant career-shifting injury. The ACL is no longer a career-ending injury. We have great reconstruction, great surgeons out there, and we can build it, we can reconstruct it, and we can get you back on the field or back to work or back to play very, very reasonably well to accommodate whatever activity that you do. In general, there can be variations, there are complications or delays in rehabilitation. And again, the important part, we talked about it before in other segments, we talked about it just recently in the patellar tendon. Same with the ACL. You have to go through recovery, the biology of healing, the biology of mobility and regaining your joint kinematics, and then regaining your sports, mental health and psychology and confidence in your knee, along with the proprioception to get you back into the game. Now, best example, I've talked about it before, hockey players on average don't feel confident till about the 2-year mark after an ACL. It's a fairly common number. Like, you know, we read these numbers, it's been researched, it's been studied. Could that number be moved earlier, longer, shorter? There's so much we don't know. We talked about the gap of knowledge that we're trying to fill in with my startup that we're doing to get better precise kinematics in the knee to help with injury prevention, overall injury, real-time injury dynamics, real-time injury performance dynamics while they're in game. So that injury was recorded in so many different angles. But in the end, we don't know what's happening inside the knee. We didn't have a little camera or some kind of a contraption around the knee with flexible fabric to look inside that knee. We will, but right now that doesn't exist. So we would have seen what actually happens live in real time to the ACL as it tears. It's coming. But right now what we have is indirect information based on video, gait kinematics, gait analytics. A lot of it's done by multiple gait labs all over the country. Wonderful researchers out there. And then we also have biomechanic data. And so I'm sure Syd will recover. She's going to do well. I hope. Here's hoping you have a great recovery. And let's see you back on the court soon. And our next segment we're going to do is specifically on female athletes. So I hope you're looking forward to it. And I will see you in 3 years. No, next week. Charlie, do you believe this guy? He doesn't believe I'm coming back next week. And I'll see you next week.